Welcome. In this video, there was important news for Zbcn coin holders. So, what is this news? We will analyze it. Don't forget to subscribe and like. And please watch to the end to understand.
But first, let's analyze Zbcn.
One of the most closely watched formations in analyzing price movements in the market is undoubtedly upward trend lines. These lines are key structural elements that indicate the price has gained upward momentum and the buyers are stronger. These ascending trend lines on charts are typically formed by connecting low points, and the more often the price finds support along this trend line, the stronger and more valid the trend becomes. In the current situation, a clear and well-defined ascending trend line is visible on the chart. When the price has previously touched this trend line, it has shown strong upward reactions. This means that investors place great importance on this line and tend to take long positions when the price approaches it. In technical analysis, repeating behavioral patterns are especially helpful for investors in predicting possible future movements. In this context, historical price behaviors are used to anticipate similar future outcomes. Currently, the price is approaching this strong and dynamic ascending trend line. In previous instances, when the price reached this level, it encountered strong reactions and initiated upward movement. A similar setup is now forming, and the price appears to be preparing to touch the trend line again. If this contact occurs and buyers step in as they did before, the likelihood of an upward move becomes high. Trend lines also reflect the overall psychology of the market. When the price repeatedly finds support along a trend line, it indicates that the market feels secure at that point and that buying pressure intensifies. Therefore, investors often view such trend lines as reaction zones. When the price reaches these levels, indecision often gives way to upward movement. This is because buyers know that these levels have worked in the past and pushed the price higher, so they concentrate their buy orders in these areas. This can lead to another upward reaction in the price. Looking at the current chart structure, it is very clear that the price is once again approaching the trend line. If the price touches this line, there could be a renewed increase in buy orders in the market, potentially leading to a bounce and a continuation of upward momentum. However, one other important fact to watch is whether this trend line will hold or break. If the price fails to react positively and dips below the line, the upward trend structure would be broken, and the possibility of a downtrend would come into play. But since the price has not yet touched the line and still carries the potential for a reaction similar to previous ones, the probabilities currently favor an upward move. Reactions to price at such trend levels are typically sharp. That's because many algorithmic systems, investors, and institutions closely monitor these levels. As a result, when the price touches the trend line, a sudden increase in volume may be observed. This rise in volume can accelerate the upward move. Additionally, seeing this movement, other investors may jump in and support the move even further. These types of chain reactions often result in quick and significant gains. Similar patterns have been seen in the past following touches to this trend line, and the price has demonstrated strong rallies. At this point, it's important to remember that trend lines are not just visual elements, they also serve as psychological thresholds. These lines reflect the collective behavior of market participants. These levels, which are watched closely by many at once, act as turning points in technical analysis. If these lines continue to hold, the trend is likely to continue. The fact that the price is approaching this level again suggests another buying wave may begin in the market. Therefore, reactions at this level should be monitored closely. Additionally, the current ascending trend line represents not just a short-term, but also a medium-term structure. This means the price movement along this trend line is valid not only on a daily or weekly basis, but also on a monthly scale. Such long-term trend lines tend to be stronger, and the price typically gives more pronounced reactions when approaching them. For this reason, being near this strong line in the current position may be considered a potential buying opportunity. Of course, risk management should not be overlooked at this point. There's no guarantee that trend lines will always hold. However, past examples and price behaviors have repeatedly shown that these structures are significant support levels. If investors conduct careful analysis at such levels and wait for the right signals, they can minimize risk and execute profitable trades. In the current situation, the price approaching this critical area is drawing investors' attention and providing a positive signal according to technical analysis. In conclusion, we have an ascending trend line that has worked multiple times in the past and earned trust. The price is once again approaching this trend line, and the likelihood of a reaction, as seen before, is considered high. Such levels offer potential entry points for investors and also provide insight into the overall direction of the market. If the price bounces from this trend line again, it would signal a continuation of the upward trend in both the short and medium term. From a technical analysis perspective, this area should be watched closely and one should be prepared for a possible upward movement. But of course, we can't base our analysis solely on trends. Let's also take a look at other metrics. Stay tuned.
I'm interrupting the video for a moment, friends, because Bitunix Exchange has a great campaign. Here's how it works. After registering on the exchange via the link in the description and completing KYC, if you deposit $100 for your first deposit, you will receive a $20 bonus. If you deposit $500, you will receive a $100 bonus, and if you deposit $1,000, you will receive a $200 bonus. I think this is an excellent opportunity for leverage trading. For more details, you can read the articles below. The link is in the description.
Evaluating markets using technical analysis methods is extremely important for investors to predict future price movements. One of the fundamental components of such analysis is the concept of a bullish order block, which is frequently used by professional traders and serves as a strong structure, providing significant signals to assess the potential for price reversals. On the chart currently being analyzed, a bullish order block located near the lower part of the price action stands out. These structures typically represent areas where the price has previously bounced strongly upward, where buyers stepped in, and where market momentum shifted upward. Therefore, if the price returns to this zone, similar to previous reactions, strong buying activity may emerge once again. Bullish order blocks generally represent regions where large investors or institutional buy orders are concentrated. These blocks often act as strong support levels when the price returns to them because significant buying occurred there in the past, preventing further price declines. From a technical analysis perspective, these zones act like institutional memory, meaning when the price retests levels where large players previously entered the market, similar reactions are expected to occur. At this point, the bullish order block currently located beneath the price may serve as a potential reversal zone for investors. When the price reaches this level, it is likely to face a significant reaction and reverse its direction upward. Assessing the current chart, it is evident that after experiencing a certain upward movement, the price entered a correction phase and is now approaching this key support zone, the bullish order block. In past scenarios, when the price entered similar blocks, it initially moved sideways in a consolidation phase, followed by upward movements with increased volume. As such, a similar structure has a high probability of forming now. Especially from a volume perspective, an increase in buy orders may be observed as the price nears this block. This indicates that the bullish order block is actively monitored by investors. Moreover, it has been observed that these regions can lead not only to short-term, but also medium or even long-term trend reversals. This further enhances the power and influence of the bullish order block. In other words, if the price reaches this zone, it could trigger not just a short-term bounce, but also the beginning of a new upward trend. The fact that this block has been tested multiple times and worked successfully in the past increases its reliability. If each test was followed by an upward movement, this further strengthens the block's effectiveness in the eyes of technical analysts and increases investors' motivation to enter trades at this level. These zones also play a critical role in stop-loss and take-profit strategies. Traders can place a stop-loss order just below the bullish order block to minimize risk, while maximizing potential gains. If the price bounces from this area, it could present a strong upward potential, but if it breaks through, losses can be limited. This provides a crucial advantage in maintaining a proper risk-reward balance in technical analysis. Whether a bullish order block will hold or not is influenced not only by technical analysis, but also by market psychology and news flow. For instance, if positive news emerges as the price approaches this level, the block may work even more effectively. Conversely, if negative macro-level news appears, the price may struggle to hold the block. Therefore, analyzing these blocks in conjunction with current developments is just as important as the chart analysis itself. Technically speaking, the price approaching this level strongly suggests a scenario where buyers are likely to step in again and initiate an upward movement. For long-term investors, these types of order blocks are zones where they can add to their positions or strengthen existing ones. Since such areas have previously triggered strong reversals, they are seen as safe buying zones. This enables investors to approach these regions strategically and base their buying decisions on technical data. Furthermore, if the block holds, the first target of the upward move is often the previous high. This presents a technically and psychologically motivating scenario for investors. One of the possible scenarios if the price reaches this zone is a sharp increase accompanied by volume, after which the block is never retested. Such situations are often observed at the beginning of bull markets. That is, if the price bounces strongly from this level, investors may begin entering positions without waiting for a pullback, causing the price to rise rapidly. Therefore, bullish order blocks not only signal potential reversals, but also serve as the foundation for strong trend beginnings. In conclusion, the bullish order block currently located below the price represents a highly critical support level from a technical perspective. If the price moves toward this level, it is expected that buyers will step in again, pushing the price upward as they have in the past. If technical indicators also support this structure, it is highly likely that the price will form a base here and enter a strong upward trend. For this reason, closely monitoring this zone, evaluating potential opportunities, and acting based on technical data will form the foundation of a successful investment strategy.
This striking announcement from Zebec's official X account represents a significant step in the crypto world. This development is particularly relevant for ALGO investors. Thanks to this integration, ALGO holders can now use their assets like traditional fiat currencies. In other words, users holding ALGO will be able to spend it anywhere MasterCard is accepted. This advancement marks a transformative innovation, not just for ALGO, but also for the entire Zebec ecosystem. One of the biggest challenges to increasing the everyday use of cryptocurrencies and improving user experience has been the limitations in converting these digital assets into liquidity. Zebec's strategic move serves as a bold example of integrating crypto into the real world. MasterCard provides a payment infrastructure accepted at millions of locations worldwide. Therefore, enabling the ALGO token to work within this system greatly enhances its accessibility. Users can now view the ALGO tokens in their wallets not only as an investment vehicle, but also as a functional currency for daily spending. This development also showcases how forward-looking Zebec's vision is. Zebec is going beyond just being a crypto payment solution and is working to bridge blockchain technology with real-world applications. In this context, payroll integration is extremely important. Traditional payroll systems come with many drawbacks, including bureaucratic processes, high transaction fees, and delays. Zebec's blockchain-based payroll system offers an instant, transparent, and low-cost solution for salary payments. Now, this system has been integrated with ALGO as well. This means employees can receive their salaries in ALGO and immediately convert those tokens into spending power. The potential impact of this development is quite broad. First and foremost, this news is a very positive signal for the ALGO community. The more use cases a cryptocurrency has, the greater the demand for that asset. This could create positive pressure on ALGO's price in the long term. At the same time, allowing ALGO investors to spend their crypto assets directly without selling them keeps tokens in circulation and may reduce selling pressure in the market. In this context, Zebec's move could have a stabilizing and reinforcing effect on ALGO's supply-demand dynamics. On the other hand, this development also highlights how functional Zebec's products have become. While many projects in the crypto world remain limited to technical promises, Zebec stands out as one of the few that can turn these promises into reality. Integrating ALGO with MasterCard represents a complex step that involves not only technical, but also legal and operational processes. Therefore, Zebec's successful execution of this integration demonstrates the team's competence and visionary approach. Furthermore, Zebec's move may not be limited to ALGO. Such integrations can serve as a model and inspire other projects. If the system proves successful with ALGO, other major crypto projects may also be integrated into Zebec's card and payroll system in the future. This could significantly expand Zebec's reach and ecosystem influence. In other words, this integration is a starting point that could ignite a much broader transformation in the crypto space. For investors, this development offers key insights, not only into ALGO's potential appreciation, but also into Zebec's growth potential. Through such integrations, Zebec may attract not only individual investors, but also institutional attention. International companies are increasingly open to paying their employees in crypto. Zebec solutions are well suited to meet this growing demand. The inclusion of a major token like ALGO in this system further validates Zebec's seriousness and corporate vision. Additionally, this development greatly contributes to ALGO's visibility. Today, there are countless projects in the crypto market, and competition is intensifying every day. For a crypto project to remain sustainable and long-lasting, it needs more than just technical capability. It also requires community support, user-friendliness, and real-world applicability. This step by Zebec may accelerate ALGO's progress in those areas. ALGO is no longer just an investment tool, it is becoming a spendable, usable, and tangible digital asset. At this point, Zebec itself carries significant growth potential. The project is drawing increasing attention every day and continues to increase its value through such collaborations. Zebec's innovative solutions elevate it from being just another DeFi project to becoming a powerful player in building the financial infrastructure of the future. Collaborating with a giant payment network like MasterCard demonstrates not only technical capability, but also compliance with regulatory requirements. These kinds of projects offer a major advantage in gaining investor trust. In conclusion, Zebec's integration of ALGO into its card and payroll systems marks a major milestone in the crypto ecosystem.
Yes, friends, I hope you liked the video. If you subscribe to my channel and like the video, more videos will be coming. Be careful in your investments, analyze the risks correctly, and always take strategic steps. I will be with you with different analyses, investment opportunities, and technical information in my videos. I wish you all a lot of profit. See you soon.